So we talked about the existence of risks, risk management, risk assessment, but specifically speaking, what risks are present when an organization is not data resilient?
Thank you, Kevin. Yeah, I mean, certainly there are a whole diversity of risks to consider, and maybe I can answer this question with some examples. So, one example would be operational risk, and the example was raised very lightly of your CEO receiving a report, and let's say your CEO looks at the report, and based on the information presented, decides to make an offer on a business, or to ring fence part of the business to sell it off, or to discontinue a product line, or whatever it might be, and then after the fact discovers, oh gosh, that data was wrong, or the poor reporting analyst comes back and says, oops, that was the wrong title or something. I mean, there's an operational risk to poor processes around even how reporting is produced, or analytics outcomes, or even worse. And there's a whole area we could explore here, maybe for a different time, of what are the risks on the AI and the machine learning side with respect to data and various aspects of data resilience. But for sure, it is operational risk. I've made the wrong decision based on information presented. So huge risk. Then there's compliance risk. And for a fact, any of the folks watching this may be aware, dealing with regulators, and you submit a report, and nightmare scenario, regulator comes back and says there's something wrong with your report. It's not consistent with something you submitted in the previous period. Not a nice position to be in. And again, that comes down to issues such as data quality, the quality control processes. This is resilience. Hang on, there's a problem with my data. I have not had the operating model in place, and I haven't built the capability to ensure that the checks and balances are in place before these reports go out to an external party such as a regulator. And there may be someone that passes an eye over it, but we're only human. Things do still escape from time to time. And again, that depends on that capability. And this is an example of a failure. What about reputation risk? So let's say, for example, your beloved CEO had a look at that report and decided to discontinue a product. Meanwhile, finds that it was a pretty good product, and customers are up in arms and they're protesting out of your office. Why did you discontinue this product? And that's reputation risk. Or even worse, let's maybe give you a slightly different example. If you're a customer of a bank, and you get your monthly bank statement, and you look at your bank balance and you say, that can't be my bank balance, because you know what it is. You're an accountant, you count your pennies, or you do the bean counting, you know exactly what should be in your account at any particular time. You contact the bank and say, hey guys, what's going on? My bank balance, you've sent me my bank statement and this is all wrong. And the bank says, oh, sorry, yes, and we'll correct it. But your confidence in that bank is wrecked. And you're going to say, gosh, if these guys don't even know how much money I've got in my account, do I really want to be operating with a bank who hasn't got their ducks in a row in this respect? And that's a reputation impact. Or even things like your regulatory compliance example previously, where you did not meet a regulatory requirement and you're in the news for all the wrong reasons. And these are kinds of risks. And let's speak about continuity risk. I mean, let's speak about the non-data quality kind of side. Let's speak about the high availability piece, where you've got a key core operational server producing, you really in a particular environment, you're looking for that real-time real-time information. Server goes down. It's not 99.99% up. Incidentally, poor Jim is still on leave, and he was responsible for ensuring that server stays up, and he's not there, and there's no processes in place, and you can't get hold of Jim because remember, he's in the back country, and it takes a week for you to bring that server up. First of all, you've got reputation risk. We can't deal with these business. They can't even keep their systems up and running. But the other thing is, and even more significant a risk in that case, is the continuity risk for the organization concerned, where in that week alone, certainly would have hit the newspapers. Reputation risk comes into play, and probably you find they start losing business. And if they're a startup, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years old, just can't take that loss on income because they've probably begun to scale and discover continuity. Oops, sorry, we're going to have to close our doors. This is more than we can handle. So there's many more. There's legal. There's all sorts of other risks to consider, but they are significant. Without all of those pieces, and note again, I didn't only speak about the availability piece. There's lots of different, there's lots of other components of that resilience equation that need to be considered, such that data does not become a constraint in your ability to sustain and operate your business, maintain good relations with regulators, with clients, with all sorts of other stakeholders. So certainly lots of them, and hopefully those 4 examples help you understand some of those risks.